Hello and welcome back to Airgun Chronicles. This Airgun Chronicle, look at this one. Well, bit of a rarity these days, and I wanted you to have a good look at it. That's why the eagle-eyed viewers out there will spot something. What could it be? No scope. No competition there, I'm afraid, no prizes. I wanted you to just have a good look at the rifle. This is about the rifle, not the scope. None of that stuff. No open sights because no foresight availability on the end of this one, and I'm going to come straight to that bit now. So first of all, I'm going to open the tap because this is a tap loader. This is the tap. I've opened the tap. It is a form of safety, really, because with that open, and there's no pellet in it, by the way, and it's not cocked, by the way, but if it was cocked, and if there was a pellet, it's not aligned with the barrel, so it's not going to go anywhere if the sear's let go and off it pops. There's a little safety point. So here we go. This is the Air Arms Mistral. Probably pronouncing Mistral incorrectly, but I believe it's a wind. Plenty of that out there today. Plenty of that in the range down there today, inside. So this is the Mistral. I've had this rifle, I had a bit of a spurge about 15 odd years ago, so around 2010-ish, 2009, somewhere around that. And I bought a whole load of rifles that I've been waiting to, looking to get for a long time, since I was a very young teenager, reading all the magazines that I've still got. My wife loves the fact I've still got all these things, by the way. She loves it. She does not want me to clear out the garage or the loft or anything. Yeah. So she's watching this, by the way. I'm still using the old mic, still using my old iPhone. Like and subscribe, please. She signs the checks. What do you think of the stock? I think it's been refinished in its life. I don't think this was the original. It's very shiny, very nice looking, but I think it's been refinished. But we've got some checkering on the pistol grip and plain forend, nice high cheek piece, comb, nice and high for the era. I'll spin it around in a minute. And a lovely butt pad. I'm just going to have a look. 1 second. Let's put it down. Viking or Viking, so German with the W instead of the V. Yeah. So it's a lovely unit anyway. It's a nice little thing. So let's have a look. So if I come to you, I'll do some photos anyway. I've already done a bit of a close-up video and stuff in the post section. Check that out. But there it is, a little white line spacer. Now, if I flip this round, look at that. Now, like I say, this is a mid-80s rifle. Check cheek piece, the comb there, quite high. And this is the original stock. Now, this is the thing about these rifles. I'm just going to come closer because look at this as well. This is it. This is the side lever. And look. No cutout. Isn't that nice? That's the benefit of a side lever for you. Come to the side lever itself. Oh, my fingerprints all over it all. So, side lever, look at that. This is an old gun. The blue one's a little bit rough in places, but it's still got good shine. There's the side lever. There's the tap, as I said. That's the tap for you. And the reason for no foresight on this, carbine barrel with a period. I'm sure it's Parker Hale. Let me check again. Got so many rifles, Gets confusing. Yes, Parker Hale, England. I'll do some photos of that. That is an original Parker Hale silencer adapter. Screw-on fitting. All screws on the barrel, and then the silencer screws on the end of the muzzle there. It is empty, by the way. So really, a right step back in time. Air Arms on the top. It's going to be upside down for you guys, but we'll do photo. And made in England there as well. Look at that. So this, for the people that are not aware, this is the father of, in a way, the TX200 series, because, as the story goes, I've got it in one of my magazines, the parent company of Air Arms, NSP, they were subcontracted to a company called the Sussex Armoury. And the Sussex Armoury were making these actions pretty much very similar to these. Not a lot happened change-wise, mostly cosmetic, a few bits and pieces, but not a lot. So they were making these actions, and they were making rifles such as the Sussex Armoury Jackal, which was a military lookalike, a bit like an SLR. And I had one of those for quite a few years before a friend of mine made me a fantastic offer I couldn't refuse. But I had one. And then, yeah, not long after that, I bought this. And it was a very similar action. And mine was a Sussex Armoury stamped Jackal. This is an Air Arms stamped action. Very similar actions, though. Very, very similar. And so what happened was, in the 70s and the early 80s anyway, NSP, the parent company of Air Arms, were subcontracted to make parts for the Sussex Armoury. I think the Sussex Armoury then got into trouble with financially in the early 80s. And so NSP stepped in and Air Arms was created. And they took over the production of these Sidelevers. And then, slightly long story short, towards the end of the 80s, obviously they were having great success with these still. I'll see if I can get some more magazine. I'll put them in the post section. And they were making pretty much the same action, but with different stocks and different barrel lengths. And they were what pretty much was the difference between the different models. Mistral comes in, I think, and a few other bits and pieces, other names, or Wins, I believe. And yeah, it was the stock and the barrel length pretty much was the main difference. The main action was the same. So this one's the Mistral. And yeah, Sidelever. So go into a bit more detail on it. So it's got a nice metal trigger guard, a nice metal trigger, gold trigger, very nice. And oh yeah, finish the story. So in the late 80s, TX200 was born because obviously they realised that tap loaders were not competing really with the likes of the HW77. So they needed something to compete. And yeah, late 80s wise into the early 90s, you've got the TX200 range. But this is, without this, there would have been no TX200, basically, is how it was. That's how it is. So this, you've got, if you like a TX200, you've got this to thank. And the Sussex Armoury. So here we go, let's have a little look. So we've got the Sidelever. Now we've got a little button here, little button there. Check out my close-up videos if you haven't already, in my other photos. So you get the little button, push that, that releases the Sidelever there. Sidelever, not lever, lever. And get it into your wherever, and get a good hold of that. Pull it down like that. It's got a little ratchet system on there, which is pretty much like a safety ratchet system. And then, because you're not relying on a sliding breech or anything like that, return the lever. There's the tap. Like I said earlier on, nothing in it. There's your tap. So the tap is open now. Get your pellets. Pellet. 2.2 caliber. And then you pop it into the top of the tap. Like that. There it goes, down the little hole. See if you can see that. Tap still open, so it's safe, pointing down range. And then, when you're ready, like I say, this acts as like your safety, you close the tap. Now, like I said, I've got no sights on this. I just wanted to show you the rifle without anything getting in the way. So I'm just going to look down the barrel. So looking down the barrel, tap's closed, onto the trigger. Now, again, of this era, I've not been able to find out whether this is a true two-stage or a bit of a pseudo, I think they call it, two-stage, where the first stage doesn't really do a lot. It's just a spring, doesn't act on the sears. But it's got that little first stage to it anyway, and then a definite stop. Then you're going to love this. Lovers out there of a nice muzzle crack. Here we go. It goes off like a centre fire. Hasn't got the recoil of a centre fire, mind, I hasten to add. But it really sounds, without that, I can see why they've got the Parker Hale silencer adapter on the end. Yeah, it's a beautiful crack. Great that is. I like that. It entertains me. So let's do a couple more anyway. So we've got the little button, push that, got the lovely plastic coated end of the side lever. Nice and light, really, no effort there really to pull that back. Close that, open the tap, get your pellet, drop it in, give it a little helping hand, and I leave it open. You know, I'm safety first, finger out the trigger guard as well. So I'm on target, down there. You can close the tap with your thumb. We're ready to go now because there's no other manual safety. First stage, a good stop to it. Ready, everyone? Bang, there he goes. Let's do another one. It is such a foolproof system, but it's just that tap that, I don't know, I mean, it achieves good accuracy, that's 30 odd meters. Like I said, I don't keep any rifles that haven't got a decent bit of accuracy to them at standard, air rifle ranges. I'm not going, expecting them to group within a quarter of an inch at 100 meters, especially not something of this vintage, So be realistic. Close the tap. Tap's closed, on target. I'm pretty sure you like that as well. So here we go, here's another one. I do hope that my mic, still not upgraded, please like and subscribe, is picking this up. Close the tap. Goes off with a lovely bang, doesn't it? That does, oh yes. So, yeah, it's a lovely rifle. It is. It's got a little bit of chunk to it. I'll put the weights and dimensions in the posts section. Keep an eye out for that. But it's still pretty light. I mean, there's no scope there, no scope. But it's nowhere near as heavy as my benchmark HW77 for heaviness. Definitely not as heavy as the LGU either. My Warfare LGU is heavier than the 77, by the way. Watch that video. But it's a lovely gun. It's a lovely thing. It is, and it's got a lovely firing cycle as well. No real twang, short and sharp again. And yeah, I have had a scope on it. I've had this thing for 15 odd years. So I've had a scope on it. I've tested the accuracy. Like I said, it's a keeper. It hits the targets. Decent accuracy out of it as well. So really, it's a lovely rifle. It's a lovely thing. I can see why they wanted to develop onto the TX200 though. This is an old system, tap loading, oh my goodness, like 100 years old plus, isn't it? So yeah, but if you can find one, my answer would be buy one. Mistral or any of its siblings of that era, different winds, like the guys in here, different winds. And yeah, I would recommend getting one. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely rifle. And what a piece of history. Air Arms made in England, And without this, there wouldn't be the TX200. I think that alone is worth trying to find them and keep them going. Yeah, I would say so. So let's put another one down range, shall we? Lovely action to it. Pop in the pellet. Easy peasy. tap closed. Bang. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Put in the comments what else you'd like to know about this rifle. You know, it's what a history. And yeah, tune in for the next Airgun Chronicle. Thank you for watching.